Welcome, everybody. So let's give a round of applause to our next group that is from Sacks Parente Golf.
Well, I haven't said anything yet, and I'm already getting applause. How many golfers do we got here? Anybody? Fantastic. That makes this so much easier. So my name's Greg Campbell. I'm the executive chair. Steve Handy's our CFO. What we thought we would do is we're going to let Steve kick it off, give you an investment overview, talk a little bit about the markets. I'm going to jump up and talk about the products, the differentiated technology, and the marketing strategy and how we're going to grow revenue. And then we'll go to Q&A, okay?
All right, good morning. I'm Steve Handy, CFO. Forward-looking statements there about us. Sacks Parente was formed in 2018. We are, premium brand, premium performance golf company. We have our own unique set of products, and Greg will talk about the performance of these products. These products truly outperform most other products on the marketplace. We currently manufacture, our product lines in putters, golf shafts, both on the driver and fairway woods, and golf grips and other golf-related products. A few years ago, we moved into St. Joseph, Missouri. We transferred our manufacturing facility abroad. We're having some problems there, and so we brought it in-house. And obviously, we can control our manufacturing environment and our overall assembly process. And as we late November, we expanded into fairway woods, and then here late November, we expanded into drivers, and then early April, we expanded into fairway woods. And so we're going to continue to kind of move down the product line. We're going to look at apparel as well, and we're going to look at other complementary products that kind of fulfill our brand identity. Want to talk? Easier? Okay. All right. So investment highlights, for those who have followed us, you've seen some of the people that are on our board. You have Dottie Pepper. Dottie Pepper is an 18-time LPGA winner. She's a testament to how she believes in our product line. We have Jane Casanta, our newest board member. She is a senior executive in the golf industry. And then we have various other highly accomplished board members as well. Those two being primarily in the golf space. We talk about our product lines. We have two. And for you golfers out there, you've probably seen a lot of people talk about longer distance. Probably seen people talk about better putters. And the reality is we've had third-party testing on our products. We've proven that they're better than the average, definitely better than most. And Greg will talk about that soon. We recently introduced our fairway woods driver replacement shafts and fairway wood replacement shafts. Those we did, starting in November, our revenues have really taken off. People love that product. We're seeing acceleration month after month after month. We just reported earnings yesterday. I'll give you a little flavor. So we went public in August of last year. Prior to that, we had about 2 years, muddling along, trying to get approved on Nasdaq. We were running on fumes. We didn't have much capital. Management wasn't taking salaries. And so we didn't have the capital to invest in sales and marketing and the efforts to promote our brand. Luckily, we were able to get through that environment, which was tough. And we raised $12.8 million gross through Benchmark to get our IPO out. That was just straight common stock, nothing attached. And so with that use of proceeds, we had some debt, we had some salaries that were accrued, we paid those off. And then we started investing in sales and marketing, building the roadmap, investing in R&D, getting products out the door, getting the brand out, signing up some players. You'll see us on Golf Channel. You'll see us all over social media. We're spending pretty heavily on ad spend. With that, you see us come out of Q3 kind of, limping along with that newfound capital. Q4, right into the winter season, not the best time for a public company to go public, golf company to go public. And so we generated about $118,000 in revenues in the fourth quarter. Nothing to brag about. But certainly we knew the golf season was coming up in the upcoming year. We certainly saw that our brands were being accepted, and we certainly knew that we have high growth potential. And so we come out in the first quarter of 24, we do $350,000 worth of revenue, which is more than our entire year of 2023. And then we also guided to record revenue month for April and doubling of revenue for the second quarter over the first quarter. So many of you that I've talked to in the past, who have attended other conferences, this was always the storyline about Sacks Parente. Sacks Parente had capital, had no debt, had great products. How was it going to be received in the marketplace? And it's being received well, and we're starting to see that accelerated growth that we've been talking about. Stock symbol, 43 cents. Shares outstanding, 14.6. I'll just a reference point. We came out at $4. We went up to 29, dropped back down real quick, been settling right around here. And I think this is all about, microcap, tough place to be, but I also think it's about people trying to understand ultimately, what is Sacks Parente financially? Are they going to grow as fast as they say they're going to grow? And we're starting to see that realization as we continue to execute. Quick milestones. We started in 2018. Ken Duke, he's on the Champions Tour. He started using our products. By the way, Ken recently won on the tour using our putter. COVID hit 2020. Virtual fitting was something that we implemented. It's been really helpful. Good conversion rates on virtual fitting. People, use the putter. They like it. They keep it. And then in 2022, we brought in-house manufacturing. We have a distributor in South Korea, the second largest marketplace in the world. And then we did our corporate IPO, and we launched our Newton Motion shaft. And then following that in 2024, we now have our woods. As far as the market's concerned, the U.S. golf industry, all things golf in the U.S., 26.2 billion. People who have played, 25.6 million. And then an additional 15.5 million who played off courses, driving ranges, golf simulators, which we know is exciting and growing, leading to about 41 million total. But what you take away from this is you just have an overall growing marketplace, 26.15 million in 22, and it continues to grow. That's Ken Duke, by the way. Golf equipment in the U.S., worldwide, kind of our sandbox, 10.2 billion on equipment, and $5.3 billion in the U.S. alone. And then about 2.5 million putters sold worldwide, and 4 million driver shafts. So fairways are probably even higher than that. And with that, I'll turn you over to Greg.
So I was the first investor in Sacks Parente. And the reason I did that was because I was convinced by Rich Parente that he had a very disruptive technology in putters. And by that, I mean the ultra low balance point of the putter itself. So this shaft is extremely light, the grip is extremely light, all the weight is in the head. And we do a lot of stuff in the head that we'll talk about in a minute. But why don't you go ahead and just grab that? Like the marker, right? Yeah. So we like to say physics, not chemistry. And we have now tested this putter against Scotty Cameron and against Austin putters, the third party up in Canada, and we have superior putting data compared to the competition. 56% putt made, more putt made than this. Real quickly, the ultra low balance point, which had us develop a carbon fiber shaft. That's why we got a driver shaft. We'll talk about it. We had to develop a carbon fiber shaft. We had to get a specially made grip, and then the head itself manufacturing. So basically, gravity is your friend when you're putting. If you use your shoulders too much, your arms, your wrists, you're going to change the path of the putt. So ideally, what you want to try to do is let it just be a pendulum. Okay? And so the more weight in the head, the better. It's more natural. Like the tempo, you have a better club path. So that's key. The other thing is center of gravity. The center of gravity is something where things will balance, or where forces will go through. Okay? So if the center of gravity of this head is towards the face, then you're going to have more force right at the ball. You're not going to have force behind the ball that can cause spin on the ball. Likewise, in this direction, if the center of gravity is below the point of the ball, you're going to kind of launch the ball a little bit. Once it gets in the air, it's random. Okay, Scotty cameras and honesty is launch. And we can measure that on our PDX. So we have center of gravity right in the middle of this. Final thing I'll say is the weights, these are tungsten weights on the toe and the heel. That improves the sweet spot. So the center of gravity this way, when you do the ball, you hit it right on the center of gravity, that's the sweet spot. But by putting weights on the outside, you basically broaden that zone of sweet spot. So if you slightly miss hit, it's still going to roll straight. Okay, so that's on the putt. Everybody got that? So, and people like a whole bunch of different, there's a lot of personal taste in putters. So we have to develop, how can I change? Oh, so, there we go. So we had to develop an array of putters. Some people like mallets, some people like blades, some people like answers. So you have to have a complete array of putters to meet their tastes. But all of them have the same differentiated technology. The low balance point, the high MOI, the weight, the center of gravity, okay? And we're working on a brand new line of putters. And we're super excited about it. This is the study that we talked about. I just talked about it real quick. We had 15 volunteers, 8 to 15 handicaps. Each golfer was given 82 putts with their own putter, which is largely Odyssey or Scotty Cameron. And then 82 putts with the Sacks Parente ULVP putter. It was an independent lab. They used the Gear full body optical motion tracking system to provide hard data. Measures the entire putting swing as it unfolds. 600 images per putter generated and analyzed in less than a second. And basically the results here is the 56% that I mentioned. So on average, they were making 32 out of 82 putts using their own putter. They made 50 out of 82 putts using the Sacks Parente putter. So interesting stat, 1%, 1 to 2% of all amateur golfers shoot under par. Less than 10% break 80. If you play par golf, 72 strokes, 36 of those are putts. So if you're not a par golfer, you're doing more than 36 putts likely. So if we can change how many putts you can make, it can have a really big impact on somebody's score. So I think I've already mentioned kind of the competition. Titleist through Scotty Cameron brand, Callaway Odyssey. These guys are number one. These guys are two. Ping, very well known in the business, still sell a lot of putters and TaylorMade. So those are the main competition. And then the shafts, they're basically Japanese companies, carbon fiber companies based in Japan. Let me talk about the shaft because this is super hot and super interesting. So the way the shaft works is kind of like a bow and arrow. Pull a bow, stores the energy in the fibers, and then when you release it, that stored energy fires the arrow. When you load, when you start swinging down, the weight of the head is going to bend this shaft. You're going to load, you're going to store energy in the fibers, and then when you release, it's going to whip. That's what's going to give you really good energy transfer into the ball. Okay? So fiber shafts have been around for quite a long time. Most of them use the same carbon fiber or in Japan. But it comes down to the design of the shaft itself. You wrap the fiber around the stainless steel shaft. The stiffness depends on the wall thickness. The inside diameter and the outside diameter is different. It goes to the fourth power of that radius. So what we've done is we have designed a longer bend profile. So think of that bow. You could have a short, tight bow with a V, or you could have a nice long U bow with a U shape. What that longer profile does means it's easier to load. And then when you release, it's not a violent kick, it's more of a slow transfer of energy. Not slow, it's happening fast. But it's a slower transfer of energy through the ball, not after it. So we find better efficiency, what's called a smash factor. We tested these on robots. We took the Ventus and the hazardous shaft, and the best shaft on the market, and we beat them on what's called dispersion. So that's left, right, long, short. We had tighter dispersion. Our distances were modestly better, but that's because the robot distance was always the same. And then we did toe heel distance, and we had even better tighter distance. Okay? So, independent assessment shall prove it out. The most exciting thing is we introduced this on the Champions Tour in February. We now have 12 guys on the shaft. We're the second highest number of shafts on the Champions Tour. Got Mark Vera, we got Chuck Daly, we got Doug Barrett finished 7th last week. Ernie Ellis 7th this week. We got BJ 7th. It's got a buzz going on the Champions Tour. The added is planted. You just got it all in the 136 of Champions Tour. And as Steve mentioned, our sales are going like this on the shaft. And then we just recently introduced the fairway machine. And the great thing about these are they're ready to play. They come with a grip. They come with an adapter. You order, you say, I've got a Callaway head. My swing speed is about 100 miles an hour. You look up the number of dots. They have 4 dots. You order it, it comes in the tube. You unscrew your old head, screw the new one in, you're ready to play. So it's an easy replacement chip. And it upgrades your driver. People spend $600 to get a new driver. This is too good. Competition chapter, so we're below market price in this superior product. So let me talk a little bit about the strategy to grow. We are primarily a direct-to-consumer. So we're using digital marketing and advertising to drive traffic to our Shopify website, and we sell both the buttons there as well as the channels. The key to digital marketing is the return on the tax. Right? We are getting a 5 to 1 return on investment on the right channel. I wish I could say the same for the buttons. That's not as good. I think that has to be a more personal decision. So we've introduced a demo program now on the buttons, where you can basically do a charge a credit card $30. You can get a couple of buttons, play around with them. You like them, keep them. You like one, you keep it, send the other one back. We charge it. So we're trying to get the buttons that people can. Because when we do, they like. You mentioned the virtual fitting. We do virtual fitting, like 90% of the virtual. We're getting good sales at Club Champions, and we go in Club Champions to buy that. But just buying online, you know, it's a little tricky word in the chat. So we're ramping our assets. So we got this great marketing agency in November timeframe. We started doing a whole bunch of tests on Google and Meta, and we started to see good responses. The demographic we're selling to efficiently is 6 years forward. If you look at asset on 18 to 25, not so great. If you look at 50 plus, 65 plus, very good conversion rate. So we're now tailoring our advertising to that demographic. Better. April was bang on month. I think May is going to be even stronger. We're now getting into the golf season. We're not running at Golf Channel. We're in retail stores. We just launched a direct bidder for 15,000 bidders. We get good referral fees. We're running on demo days with the Highland Country Clubs. So we're going to do sort of the old-fashioned way, but the digital marketing is such an efficient way to drive revenue. So that's where we'll just look at those for a moment. So I think with that, I can close. I didn't get a signal yet. How are we doing on time? Okay. I think I can close on that. Or do you have anything you want to say? No. Okay. Well, I'll just go to questions. Anybody have any questions?
Yeah, for the driver shop, how does that work? I mean, do decide how people have a grievance with the Japanese shaft providers and how you get in there?
Exactly. Very good question. And can you get in the Olympic market? Typically, when you buy a Highland shaft or a Callaway shaft, it'll come with a Mitsubishi chemical shaft made in China and it's a junk shaft. If you get a Mitsubishi shaft from Japan, it'll be a higher end shaft. So it's a cheap. And that's why if you go to your club, most guys have this or have this shaft without under the sign shaft. So yes, we could get in. So we're talking to Tour Edge right now. Ken Duke is the Tour Edge sponsored player. And he plays the Tour Edge head and got a shaft on it. The Tour Edge will recommend us as an OEM shaft alternative. Club Champion will switch them out. You go to a Club Champion, you want a Highland driver, you get your choices. They're going to try to sell you the vented shaft or this shaft. But what's interesting is, this is why we call this new. The Sacks Parente is known for putter. Putter competes with Tower and stylus. So there's a little thing there, but that's why we want to differentiate it. So it's very well.
Let's have one thing, 70% close market.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're developing a new version 2. I don't know when we're going to bring it out. We'll probably price that out. Yeah, you putters in line. Yeah. Is there enhancements? Yes. So if you look at our lineup currently, it's a bit of a hodgepodge, frankly. It's kind of like a startup with not a lot of money that does one-offs. They go, oh, let's do this thing. And there's no like theme. So basically we're gonna have 2 lines. We're gonna have an ultra premium line and a premium line. So the premium line will be priced lower. It'll have a classic amber, which we redesigned, and particularly that center of gravity thing I was mentioning. We'll have the drag. We'll take the Sacks Parente off. We're going to use a new brand name called Gravity for that putter line. And then we have a new mallet. Same thing. We'll use the Gravity line instead of the Sacks Parente. And then the ultra premium line is basically all new. So we're going to have a premium mallet with a stainless front, weights on each side, and a aluminum cast body. There'll be a premium mallet. We'll have a double wide insert. We'll have a blade, a redesigned blade, and then we'll have a plastic base with high-end metals. And it'll have this color of shaft, whereas the premium line will have black shaft. It could be a black. 3 minutes. Yeah. So green grass retailers versus hot course. Yeah. Distribution. Good question. In your direct consumers, how do you manage that conflict? Yeah. So we have to be public to that. No, retail probably focused. We're focused mainly on. I look at Club Champion. Club Champion is kind of easy to do. We're talking a true stat, we're talking a golf tag, but it's similar to Club Champion. But like this sporting goods, we got like what about green grass? Probably it's a whole different level. Yeah. One type of order they have like that. One type of restaurant. Oh yeah. So if you go to restaurant, it's a platform for clubs. Golf, private. And so you put your products on the restaurant platform and you look at all your conditions. So the club is the thing, the members get a discount, you get a wholesale price. And then they promote your products, the whole restaurant. So we're on restaurants now. We rolled it out to like, we put inventory and point of sale type stuff. 6 different clubs so far. We just did a webinar for the big platform. So we expect to start getting some like this. We're rolling out demo days. We just moved from Florida up in the New England area. We South California. And we'll probably expand that. What's your revenue target going forward? Yeah, so our run rate is roughly $400K a month, OpEx to 1.2. So we hold a 70% margin. That when your overhead is all in the cost. Okay. Means that there's not a lot of inventory. You make it so our inventory better contact things. And on material costs, very good. And we've been kind of constrained. We're kind of constrained with the number of vandals we have. We've just got a whole bunch of new vandals. So the efficiency is a lot. We can do 40 million shots.
Where do they manage and practice? I don't know if you said.
State of Missouri. Oh. Because, well, you know, we were looking for a putter shaft, and we made a fiber shaft. We found this guy who used to make Kansas cable called Kansas cable driver shaft. And they were kind of going out of business. We liked the guy in Aaron, and he had this president of the St. Joseph University, tried to equipment, we hired him, we stopped out with him,
So that's why I want to say Jeff. Labor's cheap, rent's cheap, made in the USA. Pick a while. Yeah. Okay, 0 left. Thank you very much.